By the way, you said you started training for ballistics in Pretoria. When?
In the year 2000, March, my lord.
2000?
March 2000, my lord.
March.
2000
Full time 6, you were attending court.
That's correct, my lord.
Hello everyone, hello family. I am your girl, Mrs. Independent, aka I am not a lawyer but just an honorable member of Court of Public Opinion. Welcome back everyone. And if you are new here, I hope you'll consider to stay. And family, thank you so much for watching adverts and watching the video till the end. That helps this channel financially. You would never know. Thank you so much for that. Big topic of the day, Captain, I cannot recall my lot. My lot, I don't diarize, I don't take notes. I just give opinion. So now, how important it is to take notes when you're doing your job, and especially when you are an expert. I think the judge is not even aware that he really asked a very good question and a very important one. 24 years as a ballistic expert, 2 years having trainees under your name, Captain, and you didn't prepare anything for the court. You know the reason the judge asked for me, I don't know why he was asking, but for me, it's like an embarrassment, honestly. It is an embarrassment to the prosecution, embarrassment to justice system, embarrassment to the country, embarrassment to the Meyiwa family. You cannot claim to be an expert, come to court with that knowledge, with that experience, and then come to court with no preparation at all, no records, no measurement, no charts, nothing. How are we supposed to believe that you even looked at the exhibit and gave an opinion? Because you didn't record anything down. And this is so ridiculous. And you know, sometimes we take Mshololo for granted when she asked for qualification and all that. You know what? There's a case that I did a video on for Medoc Meda. It's an American case. If you don't know, if you come to court with no preparation, no records, no data, no measurements, no nothing, you are going to be a laughing stock. The prosecute, the defense, that side, they will eat you for supper, for lunch, and leave you for tomorrow for breakfast. So let us go to Alex Maddock case, where the cell phone forensic expert testified about activating the iPhone raise to wake. So this expert was called to rebut a witness information, testimony, when he said the phone was thrown out of the window, was tossed out of the window. So let's take a listen to this.
So you're asked to do some tests in your lab with the test device, correct?
That is correct. I obtained an iPhone 11 Pro Max, which is the same make and model as the phone that Maggie had.
All right. And what software version was on your test device?
The software that was on my device is iOS 14.8. The one that was on Maggie's was iOS 14.6. So the iOS that was on my device that I tested was slightly newer.
Okay. And did you perform a series of tests with various motions and various throws with this phone to determine, and were you able to develop an opinion of when the screen might come on and when it might not? So you did perform a number of tests, correct?
Yes, sir. Performed many tests over the weekend. I put pick it up and shake it, pick it up and throw it. I threw it off to my desk. I knocked it off of my desk. I tried to flip it end over end. I tried to throw it like a frisbee. I did each one at least 10 to 20 times.
Okay. And were the results 100% conclusively? Did the phone do the same thing every time?
No, not at all. Sometimes the screen would turn on. When I threw it, laying face up, and then the screen would turn on. But a lot of times I would throw it, and the screen would not turn on. It depends on how the accelerometer registered that movement.
So based off of your test, is it your opinion that an iPhone of the same make and model as Maggie's could be thrown and the screen not turned on? Okay, about whether screen would turn on every time a phone was thrown?
If the phone is thrown, the screen does not always turn on. In my experimentation, I determined that when the phone is thrown more like a frisbee, 9 out of 10 times, the screen does not turn on. The times that it did turn on most often was when I pick it up and tried to shake it, then the screen would come on.
But 9 out of 10 times, when you toss a phone like a frisbee, the screen would not turn on.
That is correct.
Infer from the statement.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
When you performed these experiments, did you record them in any way?
I did not.
You didn't video record doing any of this?
I did not.
Did you consider video recording any of these experiments?
Actually, it never crossed my mind.
You just did the experiments and then just sort of orally relay when you could have had a video to show us?
That is correct.
If you were going to throw a phone out from a moving vehicle, wouldn't you need to pick it up, to toss it?
Certainly.
And I understand previous testimony, when you pick it up, the screen comes on.
When you pick it up gently.
So if you pick it up to toss it out the window while you're driving, you got to pick it up. Is that correct?
Correct. And if you pick it up aggressively, it will not.
But not always.
Not always.
Sometimes will, sometimes won't.
Correct.
According to the experiments that you conducted since, when did you do these experiments?
I started it Friday afternoon and into Saturday.
So here you see the importance of being a credible witness. You can be an expert, but is your testimony credible as an
You did
expert?
these experiments
That's the
this
question.
this last weekend.
Correct.
You did not record any data.
I did not.
You just played with the phone and are coming here to express your observations.
That's correct.
Do you have the phone that you used to do these experiments with you?
Not with me.
Are you aware of how the phone in this, Maggie's phone in this case, how it, when it was located, what its position was? Have you seen the photos?
I have.
And was it screen up?
It was screen up.
Would you agree then that it had to be thrown from a screen up position, because if it was screened down and you turned it over to throw it out, the screen would come on?
Of course not. It can tumble through the air. Only if you do it gently. Again, if you do it aggressively,
How
it will not.
gently? Did you measure any of these forces?
I did not.
You just threw the phone around in your office?
Absolutely.
So you didn't record what you were doing, and you did not measure any data.
I
Was
did
this
not.
because you were afraid that you would have to disclose that data if you recorded it?
Of course not. No.
Do you normally do experiments and don't record any data or video record anything?
It never crossed my mind to record video.
Do you believe that you would have to have disclosed that data if you had recorded it?
I believe so. Yes.
So the reason you didn't record data was that it would have to be produced, and then we could examine it and discover whether or not it was accurate.
No,
You
sir.
avoided that by not recording anything, correct?
No, sir. That's not correct.
Why didn't you record any data?
It did not cross my mind to video record my experiments. I just did the experiments to determine whether or not
And
the screen would
you didn't
turn on.
occur to you to measure how fast you were moving the phone, maybe to even find out what is that threshold you claim where the phone goes from turning on to not turning on. Exactly when does that happen? You have no idea, do you?
No, sir. It would take me much longer to do these experiments to determine the exact speed and force required to turn this light on versus not.
So you were unable to find any actual data on it, so you resorted to throwing your phone around alone? Was anyone with you when you did this?
No, sir. I was alone in my office.
So you're alone in your office, throwing the phone around, taking no measurements, recording nothing over the weekend, and then you come in here and testify as an expert as to what the phone will do.
That's correct.
And testify that it's different than what we've seen it do right here in this courtroom.
That's correct.
Have you ever done this, anything like this before? You've mentioned testifying 6 times before. Was this your expert testimony in any other case?
My expert testimony in other cases was always about cell phone reports and the data contained therein. I've never actually done.
Are you an engineer?
No, sir.
Do you have any certification in trained in extracting data from the cell phone.
That's correct.
And when it comes to tossing it around and seeing how it moves, you don't know anything more than anyone else, do you?
No, sir.
So you had this. Your Honor, based on the previous answer, I would move to strike the expert opinion.
What basis?
The
So now, family, you see the so-called experts, when their credentials and qualifications are put to test, it shows really who they are. Remember, Mangena was an expert. I'm an expert. But when Shololo put the credentials and the qualification to test, he then washintsha uMangena wathi hayi mina expert sisi awungizwanga kahle. I am an analyst. So yeah, guys, that's all I have for you. Guys, I hope you're not gonna toss your phone around, you're not gonna throw it at the wall, you're not gonna throw it as a frisbee. Please don't try that at home. Please. So that's all I have for you. Please remember to like, okay, share, and watch the video till the end. And remember to watch the ad as well. Thank you so much for your time. Until the next video, bye.